So my name is Benjamin. I'm a second-year emergency medicine resident in Toronto. So I came to Canada 5 years ago. I was just like you. I was pretty nervous. I was pretty anxious to know how to pursue my medical career in Canada. As we know, it's pretty challenging. It's a very competitive process. However, every year there are more than 500 international medical graduates get matched to the Canadian residency in cross Canada. So I was just lucky being one of them. So in this video, I'm here to share with you my personal experience and how I do my exam, how I spend my network, also how I do for my interview preparation. And I hope this video can help you to gather all the information before you prepare your CaRMS application. So first of all, I'll start introducing myself. As I mentioned, I'm originally from Taiwan. I went to medical school in Poland. Before coming to Canada, I did general surgery for 4 years. And I came to Toronto 5 years ago to join my family. The first 2 years after I came to Canada, I finished all my exams like LMCC as well as NAOSCI. So the material or resource I used for the exam, first of all, I used all the books that people usually use for USMLE, which is for the American board exam. However, I want to mention the people use Toronto Note, especially in Canada. I think that book is a very good resource because they do cover some very interesting topic such as hypothermic injury, which is very specific for Canada. For someone who wants to have a very high score, I think that's a lot of chapters you need to be aware of. And I also go to some private class. And because all the private class in Toronto, they can give you not just a good summary, and also they can prepare you for the exam. They give you all the different questions and practice. I think the most important part is you can have a study group. So having a study group is very essential. I think by discussion every time after a study, actually gonna help you to memorize that. But however, every people have a different personal problems. But whatever you can choose the best for you. For the NAOSCI exam, I think it's very important as well. I also went to the private lesson. They teach you, they have a mock exam during the whole course. I think for someone not from Canada originally, they teach you how to talk. They teach you to do the physical examination in the Canadian fashion. I think it will help you to get a high score as well. I think the most important part, sitting in the class and just giving a good review. I think to know people from different world, and also you can work together, have very positive the feedback. I think that's also the very important key for the exam preparation. And having said that, having an outstanding score is pretty important for your CaRMS application. As I understand, certain specialties such as family medicine, they do look into the applicant who has the top 5% score in the exam. I think that's my experience and what's what I know for the exam preparation. Part, I would like to talk about the networking. So after exam, I was working as a research assistant in pediatric emergency department and pediatric surgery department in the hospital for sick children. As I mentioned earlier, when I attend the exam preparation course. So at the time, I was lucky to meet many people who were already doing the research in the Toronto. So we become really good friends. I spending my network there, so I was invited to part of a research, and that's the way how I started. the people also wondering, how much weight the observership or a volunteer can carry to help you to get the job opportunity like that. I think it's really important. I also did several observership and being a volunteer in a hospital as well, and I truly believe that's also the other way to expanding my network, and that's the way how I met people, especially in the hospital, and they all understand as international medical graduate how keen, how enthusiasm we are in order to pursue our medical career in Canada. So as I working in a hospital, the advantage is I was able to learn the way how they practice in the Canadian health systems. Also to get a very good letter of recommendation on the behavior, the way how I work, and I believe those two key things made me stand out among the other CaRMS applicants. And I think networking, whatever opportunity you have, and you have to truly believe someone is there to help you out. So you might notice that I was doing general surgery in Taiwan. Now I'm doing emergency medicine in Canada. So basically, it boils down to two things. One is passion, one is opportunity. So I really like general surgery, especially in the hand-on procedures. I also like to look after the patient with acute presentation and stabilize them in the merge. So after coming to Canada, I know I had to keep my option open. So I was lucky I was able to get the both opportunity to work as a research assistant in general surgery and emergency medicine. So I think those opportunities made me stand out during my CaRMS process. So at that time, I started thinking about what should I do for my medical career. So I was thinking about work-life balance. I'm thinking about the future job opportunity. I also consider my personal family factors as well. So at the end, I decided to do emergency medicine like what I'm doing right now, and I'm really happy with the choice I had made. Now we can talk about interview. So after all the hard work, it's really nice to get an interview, especially when you open up your email and you notice there's an email invitation. And however, that's the most important part for all your CaRMS process. So people would recommend you can practice with your friend, you can practice with your teacher. Personally, I would prefer to do it with a professional service. And usually they provide you the very good formula, so you can generate the answer for the question in the interview, and also they're very specific for the specialty you apply for. In addition, they also provide a mock interview, which you can practice several times with them. They give you very good feedback, so you can familiar with the interview situation. So once again, I think seeking for help, especially for the professional service for your interview preparation, I think that's the key, and that's the service I used before, and I think that's the big part of my success. So to wrap up our conversation, we have discussed there were key things I think should be helpful for you regarding the CaRMS application. One is exam preparation. Second is spending your networking by meeting all the healthcare professionals in different fields, and also interview preparation. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. I know that my suggestion was general today, but please bear in mind that everyone's path is different, and there is more to discuss on a case-by-case basis. It might seem, for example, that my path was different. We tried 3 times before I succeed. So the last suggestion for you is to be positive, to be passionate, and if you are dedicated, please don't be afraid to seek mentors when you need it. I know CaRMS application is really competitive, it's really challenging, but I can do it and you can